Hi, Bianca Kemp here, your English instructor, and thanks for joining me again. All right, we're going to take the vocabulary that we learned about weather from last lesson and use it in questions and answers today in our lesson. So let's jump right in after we do a bit of review. Hello, hi there. Okay, welcome back. We are going to get started with our lesson. All right, repeat. Weather, warm, cloudy, windy, snowy, sunny, rainy, temperature. Okay, excellent. Now repeat after me. Degree. Fahrenheit. Celsius. Again, Fahrenheit. Celsius. And what is the temperature here? Correct, 60 degrees. What about here? Correct, 0 degrees. And since it's on the left here, Fahrenheit. So 60 degrees Fahrenheit and 0 degrees Fahrenheit. What's the temperature here? 30 degrees Celsius. And here we are below zero. Okay, so what's the temperature here? Correct, minus 40 degrees Celsius or negative 40 degrees Celsius. Awesome. Okay, now time to unscramble. What is this? Weather. Correct, and spell weather. W-E-A-T-H-E-R, weather. Excellent. Warm. And spell warm. W-A-R-M, warm. What about this? Unscramble. Excellent. Cloudy. And how do you spell cloudy? C-L-O-U-D-Y, and we've got a cloud here. This is a cloud, and the weather is cloudy because we have many clouds in what we call the sky. The sky. So this is the sky, and there are many clouds, like this cloud here, in the sky. Unscramble. Great. Windy. Windy. And how do you spell windy? W-I-N-D-Y. Windy. Okay. What's this? Correct. Snowy. snowy. And notice, okay, SN makes the sn, sn, sn sound. Snowy, snowy. And why is the weather snowy? Well, because we have lots of snow, and this is snow. And how do you spell snowy? Snowy. S-N-O-W-Y. Snowy. Okay. What's this? Correct. Sunny. S-U-N-N-Y. Sunny. Rainy. Correct. Rainy. And how do you spell rainy? R-A-I-N-Y. And I want to say, when you see, remember these two letters, A and I, are special. We call them vowels, vowels. And if you remember, we have A, E, I, O, U. That's A, E, I, O, and U. And they're disappearing. A, E, I, O, U. Vowels. Okay, now when we have A and I together, many times they sound like A, like rainy, rainy, A. So A-I, many times sounds like A. Like S-N sounds like sn, A-I-A, rainy, rainy. And why is the weather rainy? Well, we've got a cloud here. And what color is the cloud? It's blue, okay? And the cloud is dropping rain. So this is, let's see where my cursor is. This is rain. Rain. Correct. And how do we spell rainy? How do we spell, or how do you spell? How do you spell rainy? R-A-I-N-Y. Correct. Correct. Temperature. Temperature or temperature. And how do we spell temperature? T-E-M-P-E-R-A-T-U-R-E. Temperature. Temperature. Amazing. Fantastic. Incredible and wonderful. Okay, now have a look, please. Look, please. All right, you know the drill. Here on the left, we have our questions. Here on the right, we have our answers. We have how many questions? 1, 2. Okay, we have 1, 2 questions as well as 1, 2 answers. So what is our first question? Our first, and if we remember, we write first like this. Correct. What is our first question? How's the weather? How's the weather? Repeat. How's the weather? Again, how's the weather? Someone may ask, how's the weather? How's the weather? And notice here, okay, so how's sounds like a Z. How's the weather? How's the weather? Okay, how's the weather? It's cold. Brr. It's snowy, for example. It's warm. How's the weather? It's hot. Ugh. How's the weather? It's rainy. How's the weather? It's sunny. Okay? So our question again is, how's the weather? It's cold. How's the weather? It's snowy. Question number 1, our first question. Our second question, okay? Our second question, question number 2, is what's the temperature? What's the temperature? Repeat. What's the temperature? Again. What's the temperature? Okay, so if the question is what's the temperature, it's 48 degrees. It's 48 degrees. And again, we have this little circle. Remember circle? So we have this little circle, okay? And we say degrees. And we have that S if it's 2 or more. If it's just 1, it's degree. So 1 degree. Here we have how many? 48. So we say degrees. And again, it sounds kind of like an S or a Z. A Z. Okay, so our first question is how's the weather? And we know this is actually how is the weather? How is the weather? But we make it short. We've got this guy, our apostrophe, that lets us make these two words one. Okay, so how's the weather? How's the weather? It's cold. It's snowy. Okay, our second question is what's the temperature? It's 48 degrees, or it's 52 degrees, or it's negative 25 degrees, or it's minus 2 degrees. Okay? Okay. So, how's the weather? How's the weather? Great. It's sunny. It's sunny. It's sunny. How's the weather? It's sunny. How's the weather? You can see here. What's this? What's this? Street. Correct. It's a street. It's a street. We've got trees here. What color are the trees? They're correct. Green. They're green. Okay. So how's the weather? We've got our street and it has some water on it. It's wet. So how's the weather? It's rainy. It's rainy. It's rainy. How's the weather? Let's look here. What's this? It's a house. And maybe you remember these are mountains. Mountains. And what's the white stuff? Snow. Okay. And then we have trees here. So if we look in the sky, okay, how's the weather? It's cloudy. Correct. It's cloudy. How's the weather? How's the weather? It's windy. It's windy. Great. Ooh. How's the weather? How's the weather? We see we have trees here, trees, and what's this white stuff on the trees? What's the white stuff on the trees? It's snow. So how's the weather? Correct. It's snowy. Okay. Now what's the temperature? What's the temperature? What's the temperature? Yes, it's 15 degrees. It's 15 degrees, not 50. 15 degrees. It's 15 degrees. What's the temperature? It's 50 degrees. It's 50 degrees. Or people may say it's 50 degrees. You know, instead of the T, it sounds like a D, so 50 degrees. What's the temperature? What's the temperature? It's 82 degrees. It's 82 degrees, so it's hot. What's the temperature? What's the temperature? What is the temperature? It's 91 degrees, correct. It's 91 degrees. And remember, we have our friend hyphen right here. And we know that it's is it is. So it is 91 degrees. It's 91 degrees. Okay. What's the temperature? Correct. It's 107 degrees. That is hot. Very hot. It's 107 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, and we may not be alive. It's 107 degrees. What's the temperature? What's the temperature? Remember, we have this little guy in front. There are two ways of saying this. Okay? It's -2 degrees or it's -2 degrees. Again, it's -2 degrees or it's -2 degrees. Amazing. Amazing work. Fantastic.